Hi everyone, it's great to see you. I'm outside doing a quick walkthrough to take a look at my hydrangeas, and I'm noticing some things that I think it's worthwhile sharing with you. You might be noticing some of these same things in your yard. So this is one of my favorite hydrangeas, and I'm going to be talking about Macrophylla hydrangea right now. Those with the big, beautiful blue and pink flower balls that we just love so much. Here it is, April 1st, and this is one that I love. It has deep purple blossoms, and as I come out here, I can see that a lot of the little buds, the leaves, are really, let's see if I can get that in focus for you. Look at that. It is really all of a sudden starting to furl out. We had a couple really nice days and these buds were closed and they start to really have their buds. I think that the Macrophylla hydrangeas want spring as much as I do, which is great in a way, but in another way it's not good for them because down in the center of these little furls are where the buds are. And we know that we're going to have some cold weather still. And that's why those macrophyllas that bloom on old wood, because these branches have been here since last year. The buds stayed nice and tight through the winter, and now they're coming out of dormancy. And this is when, if there is a cold snap, these are going to just shrivel and die up, and you lose your blossoms for this year. Now, a lot of the macrophyllas that are currently being sold bloom on old wood and new wood. So if that happens and you lose those buds, the hydrangea will set out new wood in the year and you'll get a second flush a little later. So this is an endless summer. This is the hydrangea that was first known for having that re-blooming quality. So I don't know, it might be fine, but I know that this one is going to send up some shoots later. Now, you're also going to find that with the hydrangeas, different varieties of your Macrophylla hydrangeas leaf out faster than others. So some you'll just have more luck with, and you sort of learn what those are. And then you probably aim for those that aren't going to try to unfurl their leaves too quickly and their buds. Now this one is a pistachio, and I don't see much green growth down in the center. There's a little coming. But these buds, this is what you don't want to have happen. So here we have, let's see if I can get it in, there we go. The buds are looking kind of desiccated and dried up. And if that happens, that means they've been nipped by the frost. I don't think these are ever going to come to fruition. However, there still is a few good ones down here. So there's some hope. Now the other thing is with some of your Macrophylla, they just bloom at the very, very tip. And so this one's looking hard to tell. And if it just blooms at the tip, and that of course is going to be the one that catches the frost first, you might be out of luck, but some will bloom all the way down the stem. So maybe this isn't just a leaf. Maybe this is going to have a flower bud in it. And we don't know. This one's starting to wake up, but not as much as the other one. And that is my blue heaven hydrangea. That is a rebloomer. So you can sort of take a look at all of these. They are at different stages. Now, what can you do if this happens? If you know you're going to get a cold snap and you're like, oh my gosh, my hydrangeas are out there. You can try covering them with frost cloth. So, some people like to wrap them. I have to tell you the honest truth. A lot of it is just luck, whether they're planted in a more protected space. And if you don't, if you get that cold snap, you probably are going to have some bud loss there. So if I look at here's one. This bud at the end is just dried and gone, but we have some that are coming further up, so that looks good. It's just really, really tough to tell, and it breaks your heart to think that you could have gorgeous buds set on, and this is, something that we don't know how it's going to make it through the next. You probably have about a month here, maybe 6 weeks. This is zone 6B. This one's really leafing out too. One of the other interesting things is to keep in mind that your average Macrophylla hydrangea lives 3 years. So you say, hold it, that's not possible. The one that my grandmother has been there for 100. Well, yes, it's going to look like it is continuing to grow, but when you plant it, these canes, each cane only lives about 3, maybe 5 years. So you plant it, you don't touch it the first few years. And then by the time you get to year 3, some of these just sort of naturally die off. But if you look down at the base, each year it's sending up these brand new shoots to replace the ones that are cycling out. So you really have this cycle going all the time, replacing the canes. So every 3 to 5 years, all your canes are completely brand new. Look at the beautiful color of this one. Oh, so this is Golden Penny. It is only hardy down to zone 7, and it has not bloomed except for one blossom last year for me. And that's because, look, it's already, just coming out of dormancy, ready to go, but it has this beautiful, bright yellow foliage. I have to say this one is worth it just for the foliage color, but I can tell that because it's really breaking buds so early, there's a good chance we will not get much in the way of blossoms. Now, over here, we have Seaside Serenade Newport, and the Seaside Serenade series are rebloomers. So I have 3 of these, and even a couple years ago where we had a really frigid time and people had terrible showing on their hydrangeas, these did great because yes, the cold weather killed those buds that had set on to last year's growth, but it bloomed off of this year's growth, and we had a great showing. So, you do the best you can. This side hasn't leafed out as much. These are all different varieties. In my garden, I have about, over 30 Macrophylla varieties. I'd say over 50 or 60 plants. So I'll be keeping you updated on which ones I see being most bud hardy. So we're not talking about whether the plant lives or not, because I'm counting on the plant living, but whether the buds are hardy enough to put out foliage for this year. Now, I still have in the shed all of my, let's see if I can show them to you, bag in the pot hydrangeas. And now they don't have to get light in here. They are gradually going to wake up, but these are going to be safe. I can see some growth over there, but they have that extra protection. So I'm guaranteeing that these in the planters are going to grow. Interestingly, I also have some of my Japanese maples in here, and those people who are into Japanese maples have the same problem. Notice that we're getting some baby leaves. And if your Japanese maples come out of hibernation too soon, you can have the leaves not do well either. So you want your Japanese maples to be safe and sort of to stay dormant as long as possible, especially if there's a cold snap. So we just have to wait and see how it goes. So I know that we are all looking forward to this spring and watching our hydrangeas grow. Do the best you can. A lot of it is left to the weather. And then as you go out and buy more hydrangeas this year, because you know we will, be looking for those that are remontant. They're re-blooming. Just in case you get cold weather in the future, those are going to do the best for you. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you in the next video.